You were probably very curious to click on my video to say, okay, there's a secret potion or secret formula that I need to know of to get a job in 48 hours. My first disclaimer is that there is no easy fix for anything in life, and you're probably not very surprised to hear that. However, there are better solutions than others. And what I want to share with you in this video is ways where you can work in 48 hours if you want to take into account these solutions. So of course you can look for a job on the local market with a regular organization and get a chance on that. Some people get luckier than others depending on their background and their language skills, and I've made some other videos on the skills you need to be more successful in Switzerland, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. But rather, this video is meant to help you get active quickly in 48 hours if you look at these alternative solutions as possibilities. And again, it's just maybe thinking about that as a maybe at this stage, and you can basically take a chance and see what happens for you. So the first way to get active in 48 hours is to start creating a profile online for yourself on sites like Upwork. So if you're an expat and you're not really plugging your skills very well into the local market, it's really to consider this global world as your playground basically. And depending on your background, especially jobs like marketing, IT, finance, they tend to be easy to do online. And now more and more companies are hiring freelancers anyways. So really consider the fact that instead of spending time not being employed, consider, setting up an account for yourself. And I'll post the type of websites that are out there where you can immediately create an account, post your photo, your skills, what you can do for clients. You can browse a little bit the open tickets on what clients want, the open mandates, to see how you could answer to some of those needs and basically create a profile for yourself. Of course, you can imagine that you're going to get a Swiss salary immediately. This is not going to be possible, depending again on the type of skill set that you have. Especially consultants work by the hour, and you need to get a good reputation also to get more mandates. But it gets you started, and it gets you also prepared for the upcoming market, which is really going to be online in my view. So really think about creating a profile for yourself, setting yourself up. Again, some of the functions that can be done online, just to give you a few: web development, mobile development, design, writing, admin support, customer service, marketing, accounting, legal advisors. So if you're doing any kind of these jobs in your profession, you can pretty much do it online in a platform. So you don't even need a website. You can just do it via a platform. So think about that. I just leave you with that thought. You could be working in 48 hours, literally. The second tip is really, if you don't really like so much the online thing, to get active is to volunteer in a group. So there's a lot of meetups happening. Again, I'll post the link where you can see in your city what's happening. It's not necessarily going to be paid work, but it's going to be interesting work. So let's say you can be a co-organizer with somebody and organize things in your local town, or you could launch your own product or your own thing. I know some people, for example, who started doing meetups on all kinds of different topics. So if you're fascinated about painting, for example, maybe you can have some meetups around giving some courses in painting. That gets you active and that gets you somewhat of an income. So it's a lot of different things you can do if you become creative that gets you employed. And it's also better, even if you're still looking for a job with an organization, to fill the blank. So you have something to show rather than to say, I was just looking for a job. So that's my number 2 tip. And my third tip is really to get more familiar with what I call building up your profile. So I'll explain to you in a few words what it means. Most people right now who are active and professionals, they have a basic LinkedIn profile with a few connections, or maybe they have same thing, a basic Facebook. What you really need to do is start thinking in terms of growing your network and growing your influence. So LinkedIn is probably a good way to start, because that's where employers would see you, potential employers. So by profiling yourself, meaning you will have to do some work to get traction. So just having your name, your photo, and a few things is not enough anymore. So you have a lot of people that do the same thing as you. So I'll give you a concrete example there. Let's say you're in marketing, and what you do, you increase visibility, you help people with their their website visibility. You know how to do Google Analytics, you know how to do SEO, meaning that you can push them, a little bit further in the search. You know all these different things, and you just have a basic profile right now. So what you need to do is start really showing people that you're good at this. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because a lot of people can say, I can do Google Analytics, I can do SEO, I'm a consultant in marketing, hire me. But then I'm putting myself in the shoes of the recruiter or the employer. Well, what gives me the proof that you're good at these things? And now this is what more and more employers want. They don't want to just see a resume, they want to see proof. And now people use social media to show proof. So meaning that maybe you have a video that explains clearly a topic. So what I would do if I were in your shoes, and I'm very good in marketing, in SEO, for example, you can do a short video where you explain what SEO is, how you can increase visibility with some easy steps, or maybe you do a short blog with same thing, a little bit of tips there. And that way, when I'm an employer, I know that you know your stuff and you're not just throwing it out. And you'd be surprised, I've talked to people who are supposedly marketing specialists in digital marketing, and when I tell them things like SEO or Google Analytics, they have no clue what I'm talking about. So this shows you that to be a professional in something, you need to have the credibility. So really show your credibility, show that you understand what's behind your job, and you can explain it also to your team if you're a manager, to your employer when you have the interview. So show me the proof. Don't just say you do SEO and you do Google Analytics. Show me what you know about it. And you don't have to reveal all your secrets, but at least show a snapshot of what you could do for an employer. Give tips to small and medium businesses or big businesses. This is some of the strategies I would use. Quick things, of course, they would still need you to implement it, but at least it shows that if they were to hire you, you'd do a good job for them. So that's where I would leave you today with some food for thought, what you could do to get active in 48 hours. Again, remembering, first thing, set yourself up on a platform online. Second thing is make sure that you volunteer or you do something that helps, again, getting in contact with people and get you active, basically. And the third thing is show your proof of what you can do. And this is not something that's going to get you paid immediately necessarily, but it's going to get you traction, which eventually will get you a job. So I hope this was helpful. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.